America must reform the presidential pardon before it's too late. The United States Constitution. The Constitution gives the president one of the most sweeping powers in American government, a power that can free the guilty, reward the loyal, and erase crimes with a single stroke of a pen. It's found right in Article 2, Section 2. The president shall have power to grant reprieves and pardons for offenses against the United States. It's a power meant for mercy, but today it's also a doorway to corruption, inequality, and even violence. And if we're honest, it's past time, to talk about constitutional reform. The pardon power was created for mercy. You see, presidents were given this power to temper justice with compassion. But time after time, pardons have been used in ways that the framers never imagined. Pardons for political allies, pardons for wealthy donors, pardons that cut off active criminal investigations, pardons that protect the president himself or those involved in his potential misconduct. We've already seen how this power can be twisted. Here's something most Americans never think about. Pardons can encourage illegal action by government agencies. If a president signals that certain actions will be forgiven, it can encourage those actions to occur. Take ICE, for example. There are documented allegations supported by lawsuits claiming unlawful detention of people legally allowed to remain, racial profiling and stops based on ethnicity or language, ruse tactics to enter homes without warrants, unlawful arrest in courthouses, violations of due process and internal policies. If a future president hints, don't worry, you'll be protected, what message does that send? What happens when agencies expect immunity? What happens when violations of constitutional rights come with a built-in presidential escape hatch? Unchecked pardon power can license misconduct and even crime. We must reform the pardon power. And yes, the Constitution can be changed. Pardon power it doesn't mean it's untouchable. It's not the Constitution that is stagnant, but it is the perspective that the Constitution cannot be changed. The Constitution can be amended, and it just requires 2/3 of both the House and Senate, 3/4 of states. That's hard, but not impossible. And it's the only way to substantively change the president's power authority. And here are the proposed reforms that we should consider. Banning self-pardons, preventing pardons of family members or close advisors, blocking pardons for crimes committed with the president, barring pardons for the acts of political violence or corruption. These aren't partisan ideas. These are democratic safeguards. Let's be clear. The pardon power, it is not inherently corrupt. It has served and can serve noble purposes. Listen, mercy, unity, and justice all deserve a place in our system. But mercy without accountability is not justice. Compassion without limits becomes power without restraint. The bottom line, we have reached a moment where the risk of unrestrained presidential pardons are too great to ignore. They can undermine justice, enable corruption, encourage unlawful behavior, promote political violence, expand executive power beyond what a free society can tolerate. A president should not be able to erase crimes, protect themselves, enrich allies, or damage democracy. It's time right now to consider constitutional amendment to reform the pardon power. Lives depend on it. Liberty depends on it. And the future of American democracy depends on it. We can fix this. We should fix this. And it starts with demanding constitutional reform before it's too late.